What if I told you that the most powerful force in your life is something you already possess, but you've been taught to ignore it? What if the key to unlocking every door, to overcoming every obstacle, and to finding a happiness so profound it radiates from your very core, has been waiting inside you all along? Today, we are going to talk about that force, that key. We are going to talk about the single greatest determinant of your destiny. We are going to talk about the power of a positive mindset. This isn't just about feeling good. This isn't about slapping a happy face sticker on a broken dream and pretending everything is fine. This is about a fundamental rewiring of your reality. This is about understanding that your mind is not just a passenger on this journey, it is the driver. And the quality of your journey, the destinations you reach, the scenery you experience, a broken bar, it all depends on the driver's attitude. Think about your brain for a moment. Think about it not as a mysterious organ, but as the most sophisticated command center ever created. It is constantly processing data. It is constantly receiving signals from the world. But here is the critical part, the part that changes everything. Your mind gets to choose which signals to amplify. Your mind gets to interpret the data. A challenge can be seen as a threat, or it can be seen as an opportunity. A failure can be seen as a final verdict, or it can be seen as a lesson. A setback can be seen as a stop sign, or it can be seen as a detour. The event itself is neutral. It just is. The meaning a broken bar, the power a broken bar, the energy it holds in your life, a broken bar that is assigned by you. That is the work of your mindset. A negative mindset takes a rainy day and sees only cancelled plans and dreariness. A positive mindset takes that same rainy day and hears the rhythm of the rain, smells the fresh, clean air, and sees an opportunity to slow down, to be cozy, to read a book, to reflect. Same day, same rain. Two completely different experiences of reality. Which reality would you rather live in? The answer seems obvious, doesn't it? Yet so many of us are trapped in the negative interpretation. We have been conditioned for it. Our brains have a natural negativity bias, a primal survival mechanism that constantly scans for danger, for problems, for what could go wrong. Thousands of years ago, this kept us alive from predators. But today, that same mechanism, left unchecked, becomes a predator of our own peace. It convinces us the world is a scary place. It convinces us that we are not enough. It magnifies every criticism and minimizes every compliment. It holds on to pain and lets joy slip through its fingers like water. But I am here today to tell you that you are not a slave to this ancient wiring. You are the programmer. You have the ability to install new software. You have the ability to choose a different filter for your reality. You can choose the positive mindset. Now, let's be crystal clear. Choosing a positive mindset is not about denying reality. It is not about being naive. It is not about ignoring pain or injustice or difficulty. In fact, it is the exact opposite. A positive mindset gives you the strength to look directly at the darkest parts of your life, and instead of being consumed by the darkness, to say, I see you. You are real. You are painful, but you are not the entirety of my story, and I will find a way through you. A positive mindset is gritty. It is resilient. It is the unwavering belief that no matter how hard things get, you have within you the capacity to endure, to learn, to grow, and to eventually triumph. It is the fuel for perseverance. Let me tell you a story. It's a story about two salespeople. They both work for the same shoe company. The company decides to send them to a remote, undeveloped island to see if there is a market for their products. The first salesperson arrives. He travels around the island for a few days, and what does he see? He sees that nobody, and I mean nobody, is wearing shoes. Not a single person. He immediately sends a telegram back to the head office. It reads, "Situation hopeless. No one wears shoes here. I am coming home on the next flight." The second salesperson arrives on the exact same island. He travels the same paths, sees the same people. He observes that not a single person on this entire island wears shoes. He sends a telegram back to the head office. His telegram reads, "Opportunity is incredible. Nobody here has shoes yet. The market potential is 100%. Send every pair you have." Do you see the difference? The circumstances were identical. The objective data was the same. But the interpretation, the mindset, created two diametrically opposed realities. One saw a dead end. The other saw a gold mine. This is the power of perspective. This is the power of your mind. Your life is that island. There are areas of your life right now where you see no one wearing shoes. You see a lack of opportunity. You see a lack of resources. You see a lack of support. You see closed doors and barren land. But what if you shifted your gaze just a few degrees? What if you saw that same landscape not for what it lacks, but for what it could hold? What if you saw the blank canvas not as empty, but as full of potential? This shift doesn't happen by magic. It happens by decision. It happens by a conscious, daily, sometimes moment-by-moment choice to direct your focus. Your focus is like a spotlight. Where you point it determines what you see. If you point it at your problems, all you will see are problems. They will seem massive, insurmountable, and all-consuming. But if you make the choice to swing that spotlight onto solutions, onto possibilities, onto gratitude for what you do have, the landscape of your life changes instantly. Let's talk about how to build this. Let's move from the philosophy to the practical. How do you actually cultivate a positive mindset when life is constantly throwing curveballs? When the bills are piling up, when a relationship ends, when you face a health scare, when you feel stuck in a job you don't love? How do you find positivity then? The first step is to become the guardian of your mind. You must become fiercely protective of what you allow to enter it. Think of your mind as a sacred garden. You would not let just any seed be planted in your most beautiful garden, would you? You would be careful. You would choose seeds that will grow into beautiful, strong, life-giving plants. Yet, every day, we allow toxic seeds to be planted in our minds. We consume negative news for hours. We engage in gossip and complaining. We scroll through social media, comparing our behind-the-scenes struggle to everyone else's highlight reel, and we feel inadequate. We listen to the voices of doubt, both internal and external. It is time to build a fence around your mental garden. Be selective, be ruthless, limit your consumption of negativity. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Mute the voices of chronic complainers. Choose to feed your mind with nourishment. Read books that inspire you. Listen to podcasts that teach and uplift. Watch films that tell stories of courage and hope. Surround yourself, even if just virtually, with people who are building, creating, and growing. Your mind will absorb what you feed it, so feed it a diet of excellence. The second step is the practice of gratitude. I know you've heard this before. It might sound simple, even cliché tilde copyright, but I am telling you, gratitude is not a cliché tilde copyright. It is a superpower. It is the most direct way to rewire your brain for positivity. Your brain cannot be in a state of lack and a state of gratitude at the same time. They are neurologically incompatible. When you are truly, deeply feeling grateful, anxiety and fear cannot occupy the same space. So, I want you to make this a non-negotiable part of your day. Every morning, before you even get out of bed, or every night before you sleep, I want you to name 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. And don't just go through the motions. Family, health, home. That's a good start. But go deeper. Be specific. I am grateful for the warmth of the sun on my face this morning. I am grateful for the sound of my child's laughter. I am grateful for the comfort of this warm cup of coffee. I am grateful that I had the strength to go for a walk today. I am grateful for that one encouraging message from a friend. When you do this, you are actively scanning your life for the good. You are training your brain, that ancient negativity-biased machine, to seek out and spotlight the positive. You are telling your mind, this is what is real, this is what is valuable. Look for more of this. And like a faithful servant, your mind will obey. It will start to see more and more things to be grateful for. Your entire perception of your life will begin to shift from one of scarcity to one of abundance. The third step is to change the language you use, both out loud and in your internal dialogue. Your words are not just descriptions of your reality, they are creators of it. When you say, I'm terrible with money, you are programming yourself for financial struggle. When you say, I'm so unlucky in love, you are setting a filter that will only see evidence of rejection. When you say, this is impossible, you are shutting down the part of your brain that looks for solutions. Start to become aware of your words. Catch yourself and reframe. Instead of I'm terrible with money, try, I am learning to become more financially intelligent. Instead of I'm so unlucky in love, try, I am becoming the person who will attract a healthy, loving relationship. Instead of this is impossible, try, this is a challenge, and I am finding a way. This is not lying to yourself. This is speaking to your potential. This is giving instructions to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is incredibly powerful, but it is literal. It believes what you tell it. So, if you keep telling it you are a failure, it will work tirelessly to make that true, to align your actions with that identity. But if you start telling it you are capable, you are resilient, you are a problem solver, it will start to find ways to make that true. Your words are the commands you give to the most powerful supercomputer in the universe, your own mind. Choose them wisely. The fourth step is to embrace the power of visualization. See your success before it happens. The world's greatest athletes, performers, and entrepreneurs all use this technique. They close their eyes and they run the race in their mind. They feel the track under their feet. They hear the crowd. They see themselves crossing the finish line first. They are creating a neural pathway in their brain, so that when the actual moment arrives, it feels familiar. It feels achievable. You need to do the same for your life. Don't just drift through your days hoping for the best. Take 10 minutes a day, in a quiet space, and close your eyes. Visualize the person you want to become. See yourself handling a difficult situation with calm and grace. See yourself achieving that goal. Feel the emotions associated with that success, or the pride, the joy, the relief. Make the mental image as vivid and as detailed as possible. What are you wearing? Who is there with you? What does it smell like? What does it feel like in your body? This process does two things. First, it builds belief. It makes your future success feel more real and therefore more attainable. Second, it programs your reticular activating system, RAS, a part of your brain that acts like a filter for relevant information. When you vividly visualize your goal, your RAS becomes activated to notice the people, resources, and opportunities that will help you achieve it. It's like when you decide you want to buy a certain model of car, and suddenly you start seeing it everywhere. The cars were always there, but your brain now deems them important, so it brings them to your conscious attention. Visualization does the same for your goals. You start to see the path because you've told your brain to look for it. Now, let's get into the real nitty-gritty. Let's talk about how a positive mindset handles the inevitable, failure, setbacks, and pain. Because this is where most people give up. They think a positive mindset means you never feel down, you never get disappointed. That is a fantasy. That is not strength, that is numbness. A truly positive mindset allows you to feel the full spectrum of human emotion. It gives you permission to be sad, to be angry, to be frustrated. But it doesn't allow you to set up camp there. It acknowledges the feeling, learns from it, and then, crucially, it asks the most important question you will ever ask in the face of adversity. What now? What now? Is a question of power. It immediately shifts you from a passive victim of circumstance to an active agent in your own life. It moves you from "why did this happen to me?" to "what can I do with this?" One question keeps you stuck in the past. The other propels you into the future. Every single person who has ever achieved anything meaningful has faced failure. Thomas Edison didn't fail 10,000 times to invent the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is a positive mindset in action. He didn't see dead ends, he saw eliminated options. He saw data. He saw progress. J.K. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare, rejected by 12 different publishers before someone took a chance on Harry Potter. She could have internalized those rejections. She could have decided she was a terrible writer. But she believed in her story. Her positive mindset wasn't a blind belief that she would be published, it was a deep-seated belief that her story had value, and that her circumstances, no matter how difficult, were temporary. Your current situation is not your final destination. Your failure is not your identity. A positive mindset allows you to separate the event from your self-worth. You failed a test. That doesn't make you a failure. You lost your job. That doesn't make you worthless. A relationship ended. That doesn't make you unlovable. These are events. They are chapters, not the whole book. A positive mindset gives you the pen and reminds you that you are the author. You get to write the next chapter. You get to decide what this setback means for the overall arc of your story. Will it be the tragic turning point? Or will it be the inciting incident that leads to your greatest comeback? Let me tell you, some of the most beautiful, powerful, and successful stories in the world are born from pain. The pain of a loss can give birth to a profound purpose. The pain of a failure can forge a resilience you never knew you had. The pain of a betrayal can teach you the true value of loyalty. A positive mindset doesn't run from this pain. It alchemizes it. It takes the base metal of a painful experience and, through the fire of your spirit, turns it into gold. It turns your wounds into wisdom, your mess into your message, your test into your testimony. This is how you build a life of unshakable strength, not by avoiding the storms, but by learning to dance in the rain. Not by waiting for the perfect conditions, but by realizing that you are the one who creates the conditions. Now, I want you to think about a challenge you are facing right now. Maybe it feels huge. Maybe it feels like a mountain you cannot climb. I want you to look at that mountain, and instead of seeing its imposing height, I want you to see the path. The path might be steep. It might be rocky. You might have to stop and rest. You might even slip and fall a few times. But the path exists. And you have the legs to climb it. You have the lungs to breathe the thin air. You have the heart that will pound with effort and with life. A positive mindset is your guide on that mountain. It's the voice that says, "Look how far we've come," when you're only halfway. It's the voice that says, "Look at that beautiful view," reminding you to find joy in the journey. It's the voice that says, "We can do this," when every muscle in your body is screaming to quit. Let's talk about happiness. So many of us are chasing happiness as if it's a destination. We say, "I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I lose 20 pounds. I'll be happy when I find the right partner." We put conditions on our joy, and in doing so, we postpone our lives. A positive mindset understands a profound secret. Happiness is not a destination, it is a manner of traveling. It is not the prize at the end of the race, it is the fuel that helps you run the race. You do not find happiness, you create it. You generate it from within by the thoughts you think, the perspective you choose, and the actions you take. When you choose to focus on the good, you are generating happiness. When you choose to be grateful for the small things, you are generating happiness. When you choose to help someone else, you are generating happiness. When you choose to learn and grow from a setback, you are generating a deeper, more resilient form of happiness. Success works the same way. We think success is the result of a positive mindset, and it is, but it's also a cause of it. When you adopt a positive mindset, you start taking actions that lead to success. You become more open to opportunities. You become more persistent. You become more creative in problem solving. You build better relationships because people are drawn to your energy. Success, then, becomes a natural byproduct of the person you have become through the cultivation of your mind. So, stop waiting to be happy. Choose happiness now, in this very moment, regardless of your circumstances. Find one thing, just one small thing, to appreciate right now. That choice, repeated over and over, is what builds a happy life. It's what builds a successful life. I know some of you are listening and thinking, this sounds great, but you don't know my life. You don't know the trauma I've been through. You don't know the real struggles I face every single day. You are right. I don't know the specifics of your pain, but I know this. The human spirit is capable of incredible things. I know that within you is a strength that is waiting to be summoned. I know that your past does not have to dictate your future. The heaviest chains are the ones we forge in our own minds, are the chains of resentment, of bitterness, of self-pity. A positive mindset is the key to unlocking those chains. It is the decision to stop being a prisoner of your past and to become the architect of your future. It is the courageous act of forgiving others, and most importantly, yourself. Forgiveness is not saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness is saying, I will no longer allow what happened to control my present and my future. I am setting myself free. This is not easy work. It is the work of a lifetime. It is a daily practice. Some days you will feel strong, and the positive thoughts will flow easily. Other days, it will feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill. On those days, be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up for having a negative thought. Just notice it, acknowledge it, and then, with compassion, make the choice to gently guide your focus back to something that serves you better, back to your breath, back to a memory of a time you felt strong, back to a goal you are excited about. This is a muscle, the muscle of your mind, and like any muscle, it gets stronger with consistent exercise. Every time you choose gratitude over complaint, you are doing a rep. Every time you reframe a negative thought, you are doing a rep. Every time you visualize your success, you are doing a rep. Every time you choose what now over why me, you are doing a rep. And one day, you will wake up and realize that the positive mindset is no longer something you have to consciously force. It has become your default setting. It has become the lens through which you naturally see the world. You will look at challenges and feel a surge of excitement, not dread. You will see the best in people, and in turn, you will bring out the best in them. You will move through the world with a quiet confidence, not because your life is perfect, but because you know, deep in your bones, that you have the inner tools to handle anything life throws at you. You will become a magnet for good things. You will attract opportunities because you look for them. You will attract good people because you radiate a light that others want to be near. You will find solutions because you believe they exist. This is your call to action. This is your moment of decision. Right here, right now, as you are listening to my voice, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. A commitment that from this day forward, you will no longer be a passive passenger in the vehicle of your own life. You will take the driver's seat. You will grab the wheel of your mindset. Say it to yourself, out loud if you can, I am the architect of my reality. My mind is my most powerful tool. Today, I choose to focus on what is good. Today, I choose to speak words of power and life. Today, I choose to believe in my ability to overcome, to achieve, and to thrive. This is not just a motivational speech. This is a manual for a new life, a life of purpose, a life of power, a life of profound happiness and success that radiates from the inside out. The world needs your light. It needs your unique gifts, your passion, your love. But you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot shine a light into the world if your own lamp is dim. By cultivating a positive mindset, you are not just helping yourself. You are stoking your own inner fire until it burns so brightly that it becomes a beacon for everyone around you. You give others permission to do the same. You become a force for good. You become a source of inspiration. So go out today. See the world not as it is, but as it could be. See yourself not as you are, but as you are becoming. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. You have a power within you that can move mountains. It starts with a single thought, a single belief, a single decision to see the opportunity where others see the obstacle. This is your power.